given yesterday, that singleton one where you have to find tau b.
Singleton tau b. Okay. So
B was given there
yeah,
of
yeah.
singletons.
Yes. So let me start with that example. So let us start with some kind of revision. So this side I am writing real analysis, and this side I am writing topology. So in real analysis, we have seen that if I take a collection U alpha of our open subsets of Rn, then they satisfy following properties. So the properties are kind of phi is open, Rn is open. Second property is if I take finally many open sets, then intersection of uk is open, and third property is union of u alpha is open. So these are the properties of open set which we have extended for topology. What is the topology? Tau is a topology on X if first of all tau is a subset of or set of X. Tau is a family of subsets of X, and phi belongs to tau, X belongs to tau. Second thing is if we take u1, u2, un belongs to tau, then the intersection of uk k running from 1 to n belongs to tau. The same way, the third property, it is closed under arbitrary union. So that means union of u alpha belongs to tau. So if these properties are satisfied, then tau is called a topology, and by definition elements of tau are called open sets. Okay, so this is the first observation. Second observation is that we want to discuss the intervals in Rn in R. So you can discuss the open disk also in general, but basically intervals. So what are the properties of intervals? So if I consider B2 be the open intervals AB, so these are actually open intervals. So A is less than B, AB belongs to R. So what are the properties of uh, this B? So the properties of the open intervals are that for every real number, I can always find some element. Let us say I call it capital V in this family, such that x belongs to this interval. So I can always find such an interval around any real number, right? Open interval we can find. So this is first property. Second property of the open intervals is that if x belongs to two elements, first element is element of this family is open interval AB, and x also belongs to another open interval, then I can find third interval, let us say EF, such that x belongs to B3 which is contained in B1 intersection B2, right? So here B1, B2, B3 all are the open intervals. So this notion we have extended in topology, that is known as the definition of basis. So the family B of subsets of X. So basically B is a family of subsets of X which satisfy the following property. First property is that for every X in X, I'm writing the same property here, but instead of R, now we have X. So there exists element of this family such that X belongs to that. So these elements of B are known as basis element because this is basis. So its element are known as basis elements. So the first property says that for every element of the set X, I can always find the basis element which contains this point X, right? And the second property says that if X is in B1 belongs to B and X is also belongs to B2 which is element of B, then there exists another basis element B3 such that X is in B3 contained in B1 intersection B2. So we already know this definition of basis, the two properties, which we can also discuss using Venn diagrams. So now, see, real analysis, what we do is we define open sets using open intervals, right? But now what we have done here is we have defined basis. So same way, what is the notion of open set here? Let us compare the open sets. So open set in R or Rn, and on the other hand, open set on open subset of X. So what is open subset of X? That means basically elements of tau. So these things we want to discuss. So what is the open set in R? Open set in R is defined as U is an open subset of the real line if for every X in U there exists B is equal to the open interval such that X belongs to AB, right? For every element there is B in this family, open interval in the family. The same way here we are defining U is open set. U is open set means by definition U belongs to tau. So U belongs to tau if for every X in U there exists B belongs to B. Now this B is not open interval because we are discussing general set X. So that X belongs to B. So rewriting this condition again, so that this means what is tau? This is basically the definition of tau. So tau contains the set which are subset of X such that for every X in U there exists B in B such that X belongs to B. So these are basically the open sets which are defined using basis elements. If I have a basis, I can get a topology, and then we have verified this satisfies all these properties of the open set. That means it satisfies all the properties of the topology. And the final remark is that find all open sets in R or Rn, whatever you're taking. So what are the open sets in Rn? So basically they are all unions of open intervals. So all unions of open intervals means what? Basically U is open in R if I can write U as a union of, so this is a set U is open in R if I can write U as a union of open intervals. So let us say A alpha B alpha, where A alpha B alpha are real numbers and A alpha is less than B alpha. So what are these sets? These sets are nothing but B alpha, right? They are basis elements. They are the basis elements of this set. So the same way, what are the open sets here in terms of B alpha? So U is open set means U belongs to tau if U I can write as a union of B alpha where B alpha belongs to B. So if I know what are the basis elements, I can find all the open sets in real line. Right. Same way, if I know what are the B alpha for a given set X here, then I can find all the elements of tau or all the elements of the topology, all the open sets. So that is what we discussed in the last lecture. So we discussed the example that if I take X be an open set, okay, so X be an open set and I'm taking B to be the set of singleton sets where X belongs to X, then what is the topology generated? So we know that B is a basis on X. Note that we know that this B is a basis on X. So that is what we already verified. Now question is what are the open sets? So open sets means what are the elements of the topology generated by B. So by that result which we prove, the topology generated by B is denoted by tau B and it is defined as the union of all the basis elements where B alpha is in B. Now what are the elements of B? Elements of B are singleton sets, right? So if I take only one element here in this union, so by the definition what we get is so what is meaning of this? That is union B alpha is open subset of X. with respect to this topology. So now we know that B alpha for this example is a singleton set. So whatever sets we can write as a union of singletons. So they are the open sets, and basically those sets belongs to tau. So clearly if I take only one set in this union, so that means kind of A union A. So then clearly singleton X belongs to tau B for all X belongs to X, right? Because it is union of the same set. Similarly, let X and Y belongs to X. Now this capital X set may be the singleton set. But now we are assuming let X and Y belongs to capital X, means obviously we are assuming capital X contains at least two elements. So in this case, what is this set? Whether this is open, that means it is belongs to tau v or not. So if I can write this set as a union of singletons, then it is of this form, and that will be elements of tau b. So can I write this as a union of two singletons? Obviously, that we discussed in the last lecture, that I can write it in terms of this, and this is basically b1 union b2, where b1 is x, b2 is y, and both are basically elements of b. So therefore xy is open set in tau b, or it belongs to tau b. Similarly, basically I'm extending now this example. So if I take x, then how I can write x as a union of singleton x? So I will take union over all the elements of the set x, right? So therefore the whole set x on which we are b is a basis, that is also element of tau. And the same way, if I take any subset of x, so can I write A as a union of singletons now?
Yes.
So what will be the index set? X belongs to
X.
if I take x belongs to x, then this will be the whole set x.
And A.
Yes, we will take A here, right? So therefore capital A set is a union of singleton x, where we are taking I equal to A, index set to be A. So therefore this is also open set, right? So we proved that, we verified that all subsets of X are elements of tau b, or in other words, all subsets of X are open in tau b. So that means what? That means all subsets of X means power set of X. So this is a all these elements are in tau b, and since tau b is a topology on X, So every topology on X is always a subset of power set of X by the definition of topology. So therefore, tau b is nothing but power set of X, and power set of X is already a topology on X. That is called the, what is the
Discrete.
name? Discrete topology, right? Discrete topology. So what we proved is that if I take B to be the collection of singletons on a given set X, then that B generates the topology which is the discrete topology. So basically it is same as the topology generated by this is same as the discrete topology, or in other words all the subsets of X are belongs to tau B. So this is first example. Now let us go for the second example. So at the end of the last lecture we were discussing the two example on R2. So if I take X equal to R2, then there are two bases. First basis is the collection of,
Rectangles.
yes. So the first I will take the collection of all uh, circular regions. So circular regions means open disk. So all the points inside circle, and B2 with the collection which you said, that is all rectangular regions. So now you tell me what is the topology generated by B1?
R2, I think.
Pardon?
R2.
R2 is a set on which we have defined the topology. See, basically I'm asking what is the topology means what are the elements of tau B1, where B1 is the collection of open collection of circular regions. So basically I'm asking what are the open sets in tau B1, and from the theorem we know that,
Open disks.
yes, so by the theorem we know that the elements of tau B, which is the topology generated by bases, is nothing but the collection of all unions of basis elements. So here basis elements are open disk. So what will be the all open sets or elements of this tau B1? They are unions of circular regions. So that is here tau B1 is nothing but union alpha B alpha, where B alpha is circular region or an open disk. So you take either one open disk, you take two open disks, three open disks, an open disk, or infinitely many open disks. You take their union, all those sets are elements of tau B1. So in particular, the following are elements of tau B1. So first example is all the basis elements are elements of tau B1. So that means You take any circular region means inside circle. So let me try to draw if I can draw that with some different color. So all the points inside this circle by the yellow color, that is actually the basis element. B belongs to B1. So they are open. Now if I take two disks, this one and this one. First is open disk. First is one circle. The second one B2 is another circle. It doesn't look like circle, but it is circle. Let us assume that. And then we are going to take union of B1 and B2. So that means all these points inside this both circle. It will not contain this blue color boundary because we are taking open disk. So this is B1 union B2, which is also belongs to tau B1. So it is open. And if I have two disjoint disk, B1 and B2, both are open disk. Then also B1 and B2, when I take union, it is an element of tau B1. So this B1 means basis B1. Tau B1, that B1 is a basis, that family of sets. So these are different examples of open sets in the topology generated by circular disk in R2. Now this is regarding tau B1. Same way we can now discuss tau B2. So what is tau B2? Tau B2 is by definition the union of B alpha in B2. So B alpha in the family B2 means B alpha is rectangular regions. So rectangular regions means interior of the rectangle. So open sides of R2 with respect to the topology generated by B2 or generated by rectangular regions. So what are these open subsets? Again, we can take one rectangular region in R2. So I'm not drawing XY axis, but you can assume that it is there. So all these points inside rectangle, all these points there. That is B1. So B1 is element of tau B1, tau B2. Now suppose I take two rectangular regions, so they may intersect they may not intersect. So basically I am taking B1 and B2, but basically this is two different, I'm saying this is two different rectangles, and this is two different, another different rectangles. So in this case, what is the region? When I take its union, all these points will be there. And here when I take union, this is a disjoint union because both sides have no common points. So B2 union B3 also belongs to tau B2, and similarly B4 union B5 also belongs to tau B2. So here again I am taking two sides, but actually we can take arbitrary union. So we can take infinitely many rectangular regions also. Its union is also open with respect to tau B2. Okay, so these are the basic examples of the open sets or topology generated by different bases. So I hope this will clear your doubts regarding the topology generated by bases. So let us discuss one definition, how we can compare two different topologies on a set. So suppose that tau1 and tau2 are two topologies on the same set X. Tau1 is also topology on X, tau2 is also topology on the same set X. So we say that tau1 is finer than tau2. So here finer word, someone say it is larger. We can also use the term stronger. So different books use different notion. So finer than the topology tau2 if tau1 contains tau2. So tau1 and tau2 both are topology on subsets of X. That means tau1 is a family of subset of X. Tau2 is also family of subsets of X. And we are saying tau1 contains tau2. That means all the elements of tau2 belongs to tau1. Now here, what is the name of the elements of the topology? They are called open sets, right? Elements of the topology are called open sets. So now we have two topologies. So there is a two different notions of the open sets of open subset of X. So if I have A is a subset of X, I can discuss A is open with respect to either this topology or this topology. Right? So in that way I can compare the open sets depending on tau1 and tau2. So this definition is very simple. Whenever tau2 is a subset of tau1, we say that tau1 is finer than tau2. Tau1 is finer than tau2. We can also say tau1 is larger than tau2, and we can also say tau1 is stronger than tau2. Right? and since tau 1 is larger than tau 2 is smaller than tau 1, right? So that also we can say. So in this case, we also say that tau 1 is so tau 1 we already mentioned. So tau 2 is coarser. So instead of finer, we will use the term coarser or smaller. So instead of larger, smaller, and then instead of stronger, what we will use? We will use weaker than the other topology. So basically here we are going to compare these two topology. Which one is a subset of the other? The other words are just a terminology. So if we have tau 1 is a subset of tau 2 or tau 2 is a subset of tau 1, then we say that tau 1 and tau 2 are comparable. Basically we can compare them, either one is a smaller than other, or the other is smaller than the first one. So this is the second terminology, which is comparability of the two topologies. And we can say strict also. If tau 1 is subset of tau 2 but tau 2 is not subset of tau 1, then we say it is a strict, right? Depending on the inclusion is strict or not. So if the inclusion is strict inclusion, then we use the terminology strictly finer, strictly coarser, and strictly compare. We can compare it strictly. So just I will take now one simple example and then we will stop today's lecture. So for single example, we'll take some finite set. So let X to be the three element set A, B, and C. So we know that we can define various topologies using this set. So first topology contains these three elements. Second topology contains third topology contains is nothing but the discrete topology, and the last topology is the trivial topology. So we can see the inclusion of this family, that tau 4 is contained in tau 1, but tau 1 is not contained in tau 4, so it is strict inclusion, right? So this is basically the comparison, and in other words, the same thing we can write as T3 is strictly finer than all other topologies. Same way we can say that tau 4 is strictly coarser than all topologies. So this, in terms of open sets, since tau 4 is contained in tau 1, you can see that all the open sets of tau 4 are open in tau 1. Right, so this is just kind of comparing the topologies. So now you can compare that two topologies of rectangles and circular regions on the R2. So let me stop